Dating coaches and people who make dating content are probably some of the most scummiest people you will find on the internet. I said what I said, I meant what I said, and I'll say it again.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
What up, everybody? I am the Mademoiselle, and this is my channel. Welcome to another video. As you guys can tell by the intro as well as the title, today we're going to be talking about how a lot of these dating, relationship advice, whatever the fuck type of people are leading y'all straight on the pathway to hell. I wanted to make this more of a sit-down conversational type of video. There's going to be some clips here and there, but of course, comment down below. Who is your favorite dating guru and or person that gives relationship advice? Because personally, for me, I don't trust none of them motherfuckers at all. I never come across any of them that make any logical sense and are even remotely close to being qualified to give any type of advice on even how to clean your toilet, let alone relationships. So like I said, tap down below. If I do look, sound, or feel a little off, it's because I am. I'm not having a good time right now. This past weekend, I was on the scene of a fire for a family friend. Unfortunately, she lost her mother and her niece in the fire. It was a tragedy and I'm not doing well. I'm going to take some time off because I got too much going on right now. For those of you guys on Instagram, the membership, or my Patreon, you guys already know the full details. But for those of you guys who are willing to help the family out, the GoFundMe is going to be linked down below or right here on the screen. I and the family truly appreciate any of you guys who have already donated. If anything, if you can't donate, please just share it. It's just a lot right now. So yeah, let's get into the rest of this video. People giving relationship advice have been around for a long time. This is literally nothing new. I do not think that there's any point in time in history that we can go back and not find a group of people or a profession in which deals with giving relationship advice. From courting to marriage to relationships, love itself is a pretty big business. But I do think we need to sit down and have the conversation on what to follow, what not to follow, what to just take as information and entertainment, and what to actually implement into our real lives. Part of the problem with this whole situation, people getting scammed, bamboozled, and lied to by these dating relationship people, is the fact that a lot of people lack self-love and self-respect. A lot of people are not brought up to love themselves. They're not brought to think of themselves in a bigger way, in a positive light. Unfortunately, too many of us grow up with a lot of trauma, heartache, heartbreak, and it does affect how we see ourselves. There's too many people relying on strangers to tell them about themselves instead of trying to get to know themselves on their own. They're looking at other devices, advice, and media to try to figure themselves out. And I feel like that's the natural thing to do, especially this day and age and for the younger generations. Spend time with yourself. You will get to know yourself better than anyone else in this world, and no one will be able to tell you about who you are. That's why I'm so happy this video is sponsored by Bellesa. Bellesa is a woman-owned sexual wellness company that's focused on empowering women to explore pleasure without the shame or unrealistic expectations. Instead of selling insecurities, they're focused on creating products designed with women in mind. If you're curious, this is the best time to check them out because my friends at Bellesa are giving a free rose with every qualifying order. Now, y'all already know what that rose do. I'm very sure you guys have seen it on TikTok, Instagram, and all over social media. I guarantee you not every rose is made the same. Bellesa's rose is rechargeable, waterproof, and has over 10 different modes. The rose is not your speed, they have the pebble. The pebble is compact and palm size and has a design that's so easy to hold, which I absolutely love. Even better, it's quiet and beginner friendly. It's USB rechargeable, it's soft and has a body safe silicone exterior. Or you can also check out the Air Vibe. It is a completely different experience. It uses air pulse technology instead of a standard vibration, and it has different intensity settings. It is also waterproof, rechargeable, and designed to be comfortable to use. Whether you're interested in the pebble, the rose, the Air Vibe, or anything else, I guarantee you Bellesa has something that will suit your need. Bellesa has options that are suitable for everyone, male or female, no matter what the experience level is. I also appreciate that their products are body safe, waterproof, rechargeable, and shipped discreetly. If you'd like to check out Bellesa, everything you need is going to be linked down below or in this lovely QR code right here on the screen. Now let's get back to these dating gurus that generally don't know what they be talking about. Listen, alpha males, high value, low value, red pill, passport bros, hypergamy, all of it gives me a headache. I stay away from that content tenfold. The only way you'll see me following something like that is if I'm covering it for a video or if I actually know the person in real life. Other than that, I'm not following that shit. Now, fun fact, right? The only dating guru that I've ever really followed and cared to keep up was Derek Jackson. Now you guys are like, who that? This guy right here. Y'all remember him, okay? He was out here since like the I feel like mid to early 2000s, giving advice for a long time. I loved his content. I thought that a majority of the things he said resonated with me. I believed that Derek Jackson gave some very solid and raw advice, and I was eating it up. But also, I'm 31 now. At the time, I don't even think I was 21 when I first started following Derek Jackson. And that's why this brings me to my first point, that a majority of these dating gurus are popular because they take advantage of a vulnerable population.
So I just had a conversation with an old friend of mine. I ain't talked to him in years. So when he reached out, I knew it had to be serious. He asked me, what was my suggestion for getting his girl back? You know, admittedly, he had messed up. This was a real woman, bona fide, like keeper, and he let her go. And now he wants me to let him know what his next move should be. And the sad part is, all I could tell him was that it's time to move on.
I don't have aggressive energy towards a woman except in intimacy. And so how I would express my affection oftentimes was aggressive. Like I want to pick her up. Yeah. I don't just kiss her. I pin her up against the wall, put my hand around. I'm not trying to get graphic. Yeah. There's context here. So I, come up behind her and hug on her, kind of aggressive. But that would make her really, really shut down. I ain't never been so sensitive to rejection because we all get rejected, but this is the first time I felt that. And what felt safer was to go out and at least have friendships with other girls.
Yeah. And we just wanted to address a couple of things. We understand that some of you may have already heard, maybe not, that this chapter of our marriage is one that was preceded by a marriage that I completely failed. And I would say it just started around August, maybe September of last year. But, a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that other stuff. Some of it is true. Some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derek Jackson was involved with other women outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with. But without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out.
You know what's crazy? Even after he got exposed for being an A shit nigga, he's still making the same content, still out here giving advice, still has mad followers. Insanity. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all let these niggas just run amok all over you and scam y'all into believing they're good people. And they're just leading you to hell.
A great woman will challenge you. Not a single thing about her is going to be easy. And if you let her, she'll bring out the king in you because she's there to build an empire, not coddle your comfort zone. Sometimes, bro, her anger ain't even anger. It's built up hurt. Because women don't just wake up angry. They slowly drown in ignored feelings until that emotion erupts. Like, she told you what she went through in the past, and you put her through it again.
They're targeting people that are in dangerous situations and people that don't know any better, people who are lonely, people who are slow. Like, they're targeting the people that aren't going to think twice, okay? They're targeting the people that just want a quick fix or an immediate piece of advice that is going to fill in with their confirmation bias. Now, confirmation bias is a dangerous thing because a lot of people do this. I think even I do it sometimes. I think all of us have this thing where we have an idea in our mind, we know what we should or shouldn't do, and then we seek information to validate it. It's so fucking dangerous. It's something I had to get myself out of doing when it came to making major decisions, such as cutting someone off, breaking up with someone, taking on certain jobs or positions. Like, I had to knock myself out of that because I already knew what I wanted to do and I already knew what the answer was. I would try to seek some confirmation bias, and that's what a lot of this shit is. Confirmation bias. A lot of y'all don't want to look at yourself. Okay, a lot of y'all don't want to look at the gurus, let alone yourself. You're not going to look up these gurus to find out if these people are even qualified to be giving you advice, but you're not going to look at what you may be doing wrong in order to put you in the situation that you're in. You just want somebody to be like, oh, it's all these men. Oh, it's all these women. No, a lot of times it's just you. You need to do the inner work. There's nothing you can do for yourself that is going to be positive in life unless you do the inner work. I said what I said. I meant what I said. I'm going to say it again. A lot of people don't like to hear that shit. I know a lot of people are tired of hearing the whole do the inner work thing, but unfortunately, that is the only way to move forward in a positive fashion. If you don't know who you are and you want to find a successful partner, have a successful marriage, and lead a very fruitful life. A lot of us have been through so much that we refuse to address, like I said in the beginning of this video, and we don't spend time with ourselves, trying to re-know ourselves, trying to hash over whatever traumas and work through it. A lot of us just suffer, and then we keep putting ourselves in more traumatic, stressful, ridiculous, distressing situations when all we got to do is do the inner work, and we wouldn't put ourselves in a majority of these problems. Like I said, with Derek Jackson, I started following him because I was super young. I didn't know any better. I thought his shit was real raw. I never did too much looking into him. But fast forward over a decade later, we all find out that Derek Jackson's been married this entire time, running around acting single, cheated on his very Christian wife with very Christian values, and then was out here doing all this crazy ass shit. If you guys don't remember that, go look it up on your own time. It was a lot, right? And now there's been a consistent theme of this happening where there's a dating coach, dating guru, etc., telling you what you need to do, saying that you're not high value. We're going to get into that. And basically trying to make you feel bad for being single, feel bad for not having anyone. But then the entire time, none of them have any experience to be telling you what they're telling you because they're not in serious or committed relationships, or they haven't been in a very long time. They're not married, but then they're trying to tell you how to be a wife or a husband. Like, that shit is just crazy to me, right? As I got older, I started just using my head, right? As I started getting older, I was like, it doesn't make sense that these people are out here talking about this shit. Like, it's clear cut and simple, right? You should not be giving dating advice if you are not or have never been in a serious or committed relationship. Point blank, period. I feel like if you've been in a relationship for 6 years, y'all broke up, that's another situation. But if it's like you've never been in a long-term relationship, you've consistently bopped around, you got 10 kids out of wedlock, I could never understand why people trust and believe these idiots. Like, I really can't. And stemming off from my first point of a lot of people don't have any self-respect or self-love, I go into traditional values and norms that honestly just need to be destroyed. Unfortunately, as many of us were brought up, especially as women, a lot of us are brought up to believe that we need to have somebody in life. Whether you're male or female, you must have a significant other. You can't live life alone. You need to be married. You need to have children. And for the most part, I can understand why this is one of those things, because that's what a lot of people did back in the day. It was the norm. A lot of people didn't have any other options. Back in the day, it was go to school, find your loved one, start a family, be done. There was no really other options, especially for women. Unfortunately, for a lot of women, they didn't have a choice but to grow up and get married because they couldn't even have a credit card. They couldn't even vote, have a credit card, get a job, or whatever the case may be without the permissions of their husbands, right? When it comes to men, a lot of people put value on who that man is based on who his wife is, how he provides, does he provide, what job he has, what career he has, where is he at? Is he broke? Is he not? I feel like a lot of how society views men, women, gender roles, and the importance of relationships has a lot to do with how these dating gurus are thriving. Since a lot of people don't have any self-love and or self-respect, and then especially when you're young, you have this idea in your head that you have to find someone, you have to get married, it just causes recipe for disaster, especially for the people that just naturally have a hard time communicating or with romantic relationships. I've known a few people like this in my life where they just never had good luck finding a man or a woman to spend their life with. And it just is what it is. It's not that they're not trying. They're not doing the best that they could. It's not that they're bad people. It's just, it's not working out for them and they're not finding the right person. And a lot of times these people have turned to these dating coaches. I had a couple of friends that were huge Kevin Samuel fans. And I was just like, I mean, it is what it is. Do what you do, okay? And let's get into Kevin Samuels real quick. God rest his soul. I know a lot of you guys don't like when people say that. I guess for whatever reason, we all believe that he should burn in hell. Although I don't agree with 99.9% of what he said and or how he conducted himself and or his platforms, I will never be happy that anyone passed away, especially somebody that I don't know personally and someone that I'm judging based off their social media posts. But also I have a strong respect for people that voice their opinions loudly, even when it is not the majority, even if I personally do not agree with it.
I'm a great woman to a man.
So great that you're where?
I mean, you want to judge that?
I'm asking. If you're a great woman to a man,
I have a poor choice
oh, no. If you're a great woman to a man,
yeah.
Where's the outcome to prove that?
I do not have a problem getting a man. It's just I attract weak men.
Okay.
I am celibate. I've been celibate for 2 years.
What?
I've been celibate for 2 years.
Where'd that come from? 2 people that came out of you. What you talking about? What's the philosophy here? You're not a virgin. You got 2 people came out of you. What's going on?
Oh, no, you did not.
Oh, no, you did not. So you meet a man that's a high value man, a good guy. You think you're going to be celibate for what? What? Till you married?
Yes.
You got your goddamn mind.
Okay, so if I wanted a high value man, what do I do?
Be reincarnated.
Some men don't like girls that are in shape. They like big women. And I think that's just happened to be with the fact that
These men are successful.
Kevin Samuels was always in some hot water for saying some shit, disrespecting people, being completely out of touch. But like I mentioned, especially with Derek Jackson, eventually people started realizing that he wasn't married. I only remember him having 1 kid, but he probably had others. I don't quite remember. Not even in a committed relationship, but some way, somehow, we're telling millions of people how to handle their relationships, how to be high value, telling them they're low value. That shit was honestly a circus to me. A lot of people feel like the whole Kevin Samuels situation was a ruse, a lie, an act. I personally don't think so. I truly believe that every single thing that man said out of his mouth, he meant it. I don't think it was just social media. Some things were more sensationalized. But I think that him and all these dating gurus need to get a background check. Once one of these people blow up, people need to start digging and figuring out what's going on with these people's lives. If you're going to take these people's words as Bible, you should know what they're doing, where they come from, what their relationship statuses are, and how they are qualified to give you advice. Talking about qualifications, I can't do this video without talking about Dr. Oh, my bad. She's not a doctor. Miss Sheehan Bryant. Now, we have talked about her at least 2 times on this channel already. I'm working on my deep dive. It's just proving very difficult because I cannot verify a majority of the details. So I have to figure out a way to do it without the details. But she's another one that loves to give unsolicited dating and family advice because she claims that's the lane she works in. Meanwhile, she claims to have had how many failed relationships at this point? I can't even keep count. So it's just like, why do y'all think it makes sense to listen to this goddamn lady?
Why hasn't it worked? And whose fault is it?
For the first few, I was low functioning and I was still in my healing journey. And so I law of attracted low functioning.
That happened all 4 or just the first?
The first, I would say like the first 2 or 3. Definitely low functioning of myself.
How were you low functioning that found things that where you thought this was your match, this was your person, and then it still didn't go through because you were low functioning?
I take accountability. It was my fault because I knew all of them were not my person.
Me being single now for however long it's been some years, is by choice because I refuse to get engaged again. Realize that this is something that's seasonal.
Some people are like, well, how can she tell me about my marriage when she hasn't been married? Or how can she tell me about my family or my kids when she hasn't been through that?
I do not teach people how to be married. Marriage is between you and your partner. That's your agreement. That's your covenant. What I teach people is how to get out of their own way because happy, healed people make happy, healed marriages. We teach you how to get out of your own way so you and your partner can be healthy. Y'all know I stand on a mountaintop for you, especially black women. But I gotta say this, I meet better men nowadays than I meet women. There are so many men nowadays who are ready to be married, who are ready to be family men, who are standing on principles, who are, really into and relational with the women that they're dating. And I meet a lot of women who want to play the field, who want to be, more of we have womanizers, but we do have women who are manizers. You start to look at women who want a man to just perform, which goes into the same field as gold digging. That's a woman who is considered a manizer. And unfortunately, I meet a lot more, men who are like, Doc, I'm ready to get married, and women who either are not there yet or they're saying they're there yet, but the behavior that they're exhibiting and their inability to be able to nest in a man and allow him to lead her is not allowing the relationship to really take the course that the man is trying to lead them to. Men have finally gotten to a place of saying, look, I understand I'm the covering. I understand I'm the foundation. I understand that I am the leader, which means I have to be vertical in who I am. And I want that role. And for the men who don't know how to be in that role, they are willing and wanting to learn. You have women who are just not there.
I don't know if it's because these people are conventionally attractive. It's because they say they have degrees. Is it the way they speak? Is it the confidence? Is it the bravado? I've been trying to understand it. It's blatantly obvious that 90% of these people do not have any business giving any advice. I wouldn't trust these people with my cat. I wouldn't trust these people to tell me how to wash dishes. I wouldn't trust these people to give me any type of motherfucking dating advice. It's unfortunate because I know there's a lot of people that compare this to, oh, well, people give kid advice all the time, right? People will give advice to children or to people with children and they don't like that shit. When it comes to the relationship dating and the relationship advice scope, I feel like if you've been in a long-term relationship prior and it was successful and it didn't end in flames, even if it did, I feel like, okay, all of us ex-humans have been in different relationships. Some were successful, some were not. Not all relationships that end mean that it wasn't successful. Sometimes things just don't work out. Things happen. But the thing is with the kid thing is everyone's been a kid and everyone, I mean, if you actually tap into your childhood or you're working on your inner self, going to therapy, etc., you would remember what it was like to be a kid because you're reliving all of it through all your pain, trauma, etc., right? If you're very self-aware, you'll be able to be like, you know, maybe you shouldn't be beating the shit out of your kids, right? Like, there's certain things that are common sense, just like with relationships. There are certain things that are common sense that you don't really need somebody that's in a committed relationship or in a marriage needs to tell you. However, it gets really dangerous when these people start giving advice about being married and none of them have ever been married. You'll see people who are in loving, committed relationships for extended periods of time don't go around giving advice to people. And that's when I realized like something was wrong because a lot of the people I knew that would try to sit there and be like, oh, well, you know, like, for example, my old ex or whatever years ago when we had broke up, I'll never forget. All of the people that were trying to give me advice on what to do and what I might have did wrong and what he would have did wrong were horrible people in horrible situations. Listen, not the best people in the most unhinged, craziest toxic relationships. And most notably were never married or just got divorced. I'm not listening to you. I wouldn't even listen to my own parents. Their own relationship is toxic. They stayed together. I don't know how and why, but their relationship is toxic. I want you guys to take this for face value. Don't take advice from people that aren't where you want to be. You can take pieces of it because everyone has something to offer you at the end of the day. However, do not sit there and implement advice that is given to you by people that are not where you want to be in life. So if you want to be married, you want to be a millionaire, you want to start a business, whatever, take advice from people that's actually done that shit. Not people that you can't even verify their credentials. Apparently, everybody on the internet knows how to get married. Okay, except none of them are qualified to tell you on how to get married. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't even understand the fucking hype. Listen, I've been in a relationship for a minute. Like, me and my man have been together for, we just hit 6. We're about to hit 7, right? And the number one question is, oh, when are you gonna get married? When are you gonna get married? Mind your fucking business. And 9 times out of 10, it's people that are miserable. People that are literally in marriages where they hate their husbands, they hate their children, they hate their life. I can't even get in touch with them more than once a week because their lives are so hectic. They haven't done what they wanted to do in life. They haven't hit any goals. And then they sit here trying to recruit me to be in the same position. And this is the thing. I love my man. There's nothing wrong with our relationship. Like, listen, when I'm telling you we're solid, we're solid. But one thing me and my man have in common, although we're extremely different, is that we don't like to rush. Literally anything. Also, if you guys are on Patreon, as well as my personal channel, houses all my personal shit. Where y'all think I got time? Like, I genuinely, like, the way my life is set up right now, it's so much going on. And I want to have a peaceful marriage, a peaceful life. To be honest, it's nobody's business when someone chooses to get married, have a baby, etc. And I think you guys need to understand how offensive it is to put that on someone. Y'all don't even know what people want. Y'all don't know if the people want to have kids. You don't know if these people want to be married or not. You don't know if there's something going on the back end, like myself, where there's a lot of family issues going on. There's a lot of things. I think people need to be careful with that shit. And I think that's the reason these people do tap into these dating gurus because they start feeling like they're running out of time. They need to rush to get married and have children, and then it ends up in them getting a divorce. There is a reason why the United States has such a high divorce rate. It's because a lot of people have this idea that they are in a race to get married and have children. Too many people think, oh, well, it's been 3 years. I'm not staying around more than 3 years without a ring. I'm not letting this man take me out on a date if he don't give me $50,000. I'm not going nowhere with this girl if she don't cook. Like, these expectations around dating, like that could be an entire video for another time. I really want to make a video that highlights the loneliness epidemic. There's this study that's been done saying that Gen Z is the loneliest, and in a general sense, women are not having children. Like, there's a lot of different aspects to it. But it's because of a lot of this shit. It's too much pressure. A lot of these people not about no shit. And then they keep listening to these dating gurus that are giving them unrealistic expectations for the dating realm, okay? You got people out here with nothing more than a GED that think they deserve a nigga that makes $1 million a year. Like, the unrealistic shit, like, it goes on and on. Why are these dating gurus allowed to get away with giving piss poor advice consistently? The answer is simple. Dating makes money. It's all about the money, okay? It's almost always about the money. Sex sells. Love does too, okay? Love, relationships, dating, etc. all follow, kind of teeter around or surround the sex industry. Dating makes money. People are lonely, and love, dating, and relationship advice does continuously give hope. If this is not working, that is not working, let me do this instead. And that is what the dating industry consistently pushes to you, whether we're talking about Tinder, eHarmony, Bumble, YouTube videos, TikTok. It's like you follow one thing and it doesn't work. There's always another option waiting for you, or another piece of advice that you can try. And you're going to keep trying and trying all these things that these people are telling you, not understanding that you're not the problem. A lot of the times these people are the problem. I have a very unpopular and unproven opinion that a lot of these dating gurus are contributing to the lack of dating these days, the drop in birth rates, because I think a lot of people are really taking what these people are saying for face value. Is not working out in real life. A lot of these people are showing their true colors in the real world, right? Like, a lot of people are getting approached by assholes who have been listening to way too much red pill, blue pill, divestment, whatever the fuck type of content, and they're regurgitating these things in person. I can't even begin to tell you how irritating it is to meet someone or have a conversation with someone that is literally sitting here quoting a podcaster or bringing up TikToks every 2 seconds.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go with the salmon. And is that
Man, bro, this is what I'm saying, bro. Females should be in the kitchen cooking, not sitting up at a restaurant waiting to be served like you a man. You a whole female. What is you about to eat for? You should be in the kitchen.
Is he coming over here?
Y'all want somebody to protect and provide for y'all, but y'all don't even cook no more, man. Like, y'all sitting here eating. Why you ain't cooking? Huh? Then got the nerve to want somebody to take you out to dinner. Like, what you want? What you trying to gold dig off meat for? You ain't got no money to pay for your own food? You ain't got no money to pay for your own food. I ain't never seen no man in my mama life ever give my mama flowers, take her out to dinner. My mama a strong female. She didn't need all that. She didn't need all that. What if I want flowers? Where's my flowers at? Now, see, this is exactly why y'all getting hurt out here, because y'all not choosing better men. I would choose a better man. Wait. Y'all be in these big old houses, all these degrees, but lonely. Lonely with cats. Ah.
To be quite honest with y'all, that's a lot of the reason I can't get a date, can't get a man, can't get a woman. Why are y'all listening to these podcasts? Why are you following these people without researching their backgrounds? Why the fuck are you guys regurgitating what these people are saying outside in real life? That shit is crazy. It's terrifying how a lot of people take what they see on the internet at face value and implement it into their real lives without doing real research and thinking for themselves. I hate it because it's such a brainless space. It's a space in which people are giving you information that is not really there to benefit you, but only there to advance themselves or make a profit. A lot of these people are scamming you not only just with the advice, but because they just want you to buy something. They're trying to sell you a lifestyle. This can also be an entire different video on aesthetics, lifestyles, and how all of us are being fed bullshit all damn day and too many of us are falling for it. A lot of these dating gurus are only doing what they're doing so they can sell you their book or make you go to their website and pay for a consultation and make you buy their products and their yoni steams. Honestly, it gets to a fucking point. It is so sad because of all the blatant scams out there, I'll say the dating ones are so fucking obvious, but unfortunately people are so desperate and again don't have any self-love or respect to truly see that. Of course, fear mongering. Every single one of these creators fear monger their audience. And I think that's part of the reason I really don't respect any of these people. They like to say things like, you're gonna die alone, you're never gonna find anyone, you're too old, you don't have enough money, you're too young, like women are cooked, modern men are finished, no one wants you after 30. Fear also sells as well as love and sex. A majority of this advice and content resonates because nuance doesn't exist with these people. If you've ever noticed, when it comes to dating advice, whether we're talking about any of the sectors that I named, a majority of them are very black and white. It's always all men this, all women that. Black men this, black men that. White girls be, white men be. It's always the same exact rhetoric time and time again. And it kind of reprograms you to be like, yeah, all these men is like this out here. All these women don't give a fuck. It's like, we need to start understanding that multiple things could exist at the same time. Literally, that has been my theme for 2026. It's been my theme for my entire life. But in a general sense, this year, I've been honed in on trying to see different perspectives of things and realizing that multiple things can be true at the same time. And just because you fall into one category or you believe one thing or another doesn't make the other thing non-existent. Relationships are not simple. That's why you see a lot of people stay in toxic relationships where we all know they shouldn't be in them. They know they shouldn't be in them. But again, relationships are complicated. You'll see the most happiest people in the happiest relationships and or marriages just break up out of nowhere because, like I said, relationships are complicated. Relationships can never just be explained away or given advice without proper protocol, training, therapy. That's why I always tell people, if you really want to be in your relationship, you really want to fix it, you better just go to therapy. Couples should go together if they're having issues, right? But I think each party needs individual therapy simply because there's so much that goes on in a given time. There's so much that is going on with two people and the relationship itself that refusing or not going to therapy is just detrimental, especially if you have insurance that pays for it or you qualify for Medicaid. Definitely go for it. If you can afford it, if it's covered, why not? Don't go on the internet and seek advice from these people. Even when I be in the car and I be listening to the radio, I be hearing these radio hosts giving advice to people. They calling in like, yeah, so I'm with this man and I really like him, but he thinks I'm out cheating when I'm really out here taking care of my sick family. Do you really need somebody to give you advice on that? It goes right back to the self-love and self-respect. That nigga thinks you're cheating when you're taking care of a sick family member. Leave. But relationships are complicated, and that's the problem. These people play on that, okay? Unfortunately, advice became entertainment. This is where I was just like, yeah, I'm completely off this shit. Like, hearing people asking for dating advice on the radio, TV, all that, it's just a turn off for me. People aren't really watching to learn. They're not listening to learn. They're watching for validation. That's why a lot of this content is very popular. That's why a lot of this content does so well, because there's a lot of people out there that are real toxic, don't want to look in themselves. They just want a community of people to validate whatever it is and have that confirmation bias of, oh yeah, I knew it wasn't me. Like, yeah, I cheated. Yeah, I yelled, I beat him up. But, you know, it's okay. It's, all these niggas be doing this. Oh, well, you know, yeah, I left her stranded. I didn't really take care of her and I took all her money. Some may call it financial abuse, but that's how all these women are. they're a gold digger, so I took her money first. The amount of craziness, unfortunately, a lot of people refuse to look at themselves. A lot of people will sit there, do things onto others, harm others, and in some way, somehow, go turn it into something positive by watching one of these podcasts, TV shows, radio shows, whatever, thinking that they're in the right when they're really out here doing legitimate harm to people, and they don't need to be with anyone but themselves until they figure that shit out. What really matters in a relationship is communication, compatibility, shared values, emotional intelligence, accountability, and if you guys truly do love and care about another. It's not all about the body count. Oh my God, this will be really pissing me off. Jesus, that's another story for another time. Not the body count, not the money, not submission, not high value, low value, all that shit is caca. And if you keep following that, you're going to be exactly where you are today. Watching me telling you that you stupid for following these crazies because they're crazy. The truth is, the healthiest relationships really are not the loudest online. That goes for you people that love to follow couples goals and all of this, like the people that make the couples content. I guarantee you 99.9% of them are extremely miserable. Hence why within 4 to 10 years, we always see them announcing a divorce. And then we're also heartbroken because, oh my God, we love their content. They look so happy. A lot of them are only together for the content. A lot of them did like each other. They probably had a genuine relationship. They saw a window to put their entire lives and relationship on social media, and it's destroyed it. But also a lot of these people don't like each other as much as you think they do. You like them together more than they like each other. And the only thing keeping them together is the money. Literally the money. That's the only thing. That's why the whole couples to family to child influencer pipeline is such an issue. Maybe I should make a video about the child influencer thing, because a lot of child influencers are coming out now talking about how toxic their families and their parents were and how horrible it was to be part of a family that vlogs. And it's so crazy because as a social media influencer and social media strategist, I help people. You guys can book me for a consultation. I help you with your socials. Every so often I get somebody that contacts me and they're like, hey, I really want to start a vlogging channel. I really want to start a family channel. It's like, no. Do you not see all the horror stories? Like, this is insanity. I'm happy now. A lot more stories are starting to come forward, but it's just keep your shit private. I post my man 3 times a year, okay? Valentine's Day, our anniversary, and his birthday. That's it. Y'all not gonna see him. Y'all follow me. Y'all don't follow him. Anytime I post him, oh my God. Niggas get so much engagement, but it's crazy. See, now if I was the type of person to be like, oh, we could make so much money, I'm not sacrificing the soul of my relationship for y'all. Absolutely not. I just don't care to do that. I don't think it's authentic. I think it's problematic, and down the road, it does lead to issues. Dating has become entertainment. I think that's another reason for the dating decline. Like, we keep getting heartbroken, whether it's a couple on Housewives, 90 Day Fiance, a TikTok couple, a YouTube couple. A lot of these people are showcasing their relationships to you guys, and they're not lasting because it's stressful. Okay, it's very stressful. Being in a relationship is stressful enough, especially if you're not with the right person, but there's nuance. But when you're showcasing it, it's impossible to show all the parts, right? All in all, I think everyone watching this needs to be careful what they follow on the internet, but most notably dating advice given by people who are not qualified to do so. Like I said, I do want to hear some people that you love watching down below. I'm not going to tell y'all if I like these people or not, because you already know I don't like 99.9% of them, but there are some that I'm like, you know what? This one's solid. It's not that bad. I ain't going to say who, because every single time I make a video similar to this, I'm getting DMs and emails about what I got to take down. So yeah, I ain't going to say nothing. I ain't going to confirm. I ain't going to deny. I'm just going to be like, oh, okay, I'm just going to like the comment, and that's it, because I ain't got no goddamn time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you would like to support my friend and her family, the GoFundMe is going to be down below. Follow me on my other channels. If I'm not posting here, I'm posting there. We have a Haitian channel where we talk about Haitian voodoo, politics, and folklore. We also have a personal channel where we do vlogs, story times, sit downs. We also have a Patreon and a membership on this channel and my Haitian channel. There is currently a $1 7-day trial where you get access to everything. Thank you so much if you're already a patron, if you're on the free Discord, or if you are an investor. I see you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. It took me over an hour to film a 30, maybe 40-minute video, which is unlike me. So it's time for me to go relax. Shout out to those of you guys who've been supporting LakayRo. We are currently having classes by the time this video go out. I don't think the class is going to be going on anymore, but follow LakayRo for updates. We are going to be starting our youth dance company. It's starting in September. For those of you guys who are interested, you live in New Jersey, you want your child to be a part, just contact me directly and I'll let you know the details. Thank you guys so much for watching. Before we end this video, make sure you guys check out my sponsor, Bellesa. Again, everything you need is right here in this QR code or linked down below. I love the fact that all their products are made from body-safe silicone, waterproof, and come in discreet packaging. Because, you know, we don't need people in our business. With that being said, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Bye!